As I mentioned at the end of Deadlock's lore video, there seems to be cracks shown within the Valorant Protocol.
Brimstone, I've overheard some stuff and I want to clear some things up with you. My crew are not monsters. They will never be monsters, period. Tell Deadlock she's gotta chill. Her cold stares are killing our vibe. Appreciate it.
I fabricated 4 crates for this specific purpose. It is safe. You must authorize their detainment.
Brimstone, Deadlock will not harm Gecko's friends. Understood? I would hate for our new recruit to make a poor first impression.
However, thanks to the Sunset trailer, we see that Deadlock is a little bit more trusting of Gecko's creatures. All should be peaceful and everyone lives happily ever after, right? No. Deadlock's story reminds us of a very possible future where the Protocol's greatest enemy is not their Earth doppelgangers, but in fact, themselves. To explain this, let's take a brief look at KO's story. This cybernetic fragger is actually from the future. About 200 years from our current timeline, he fought in the Radiant Wars. It was a brutal war between Radiants and humans. Even the likes of Brimstone and Jett could not say that they survived from it. It's been implied that Reyna led the Radiants and that KO had to eliminate the likes of Astra, Skye, and Reyna herself. Nonetheless, KO's introduction led many to think that the Protocol's collapse sometime in the future is what sparked this war. If the members fought themselves in the future, what's stopping the same thing from happening again? KO's story does show a possible future where once co-workers and friends turn into bitter adversaries and enemies. But now the question is, how would this happen? Well, I can think of 3 possible paths that can instigate the Protocol's downfall. The first being Jett. Notice all those flying rocks and debris on Ascent? Well, that's the result of Jett's counterpart destroying Venice. A whole city floating in the air and ruining many lives in the process. Our Jett, aka Alpha Earth, is now on the run because of the action of what her counterpart was able to do. If the right people find out that Brim is on the same team with Jett, there could be growing pressure for him to turn her in. This without a doubt will cause a split within the team. Of course, out of the 3 possible paths for Valorant's destruction, this is the least likely since Brim and Jett are pretty close, and he knows the real story. However, we have already seen how Brim can succumb to pressure, just like how he turned his back on Kingdom and took down the Sunset Laboratory. It's just a thought though. The next 2 possibilities are more believable, and both involve Reyna. We already know from KO's timeline she was called the Queen of Radiance, and led them into battle against humans. It is no secret that Reyna hates Kingdom, Brimstone, and KJ for many reasons. One of which is the fact that KJ used to work for Kingdom, and they used her tools to harm either someone or many people close to Reyna.
I remember the machine skill you made. What they did to... Never mind. It does not matter.
Possibly the same individuals in the city that Reyna runs for Radiants who have been abused by Kingdom's experiments.
My city needs me. I can't be away for long. Let's end this quickly.
It seems the only reason why Reyna's even a part of the protocol is for her little sister, Lucia.
As many souls as it takes, Lucia. Te lo juro.
Thanks to Vipers and the protocol's technology, they have been able to keep Lucia alive, even though the process is quite inefficient.
Grim, I need you to increase Reyna's mission assignments. She has to collect more souls. We're already pushing the boundaries of the equipment, but I need more. Life energy isn't exactly my area of expertise. As long as the child lives, I have to keep trying. Because if we fail, I don't know what Reyna will do.
Now, what would happen to Reyna if Viper is no longer able to keep her sister alive? What reasons would she have to remain loyal to the protocol? It also seems that Viper may have a little bit of guilt based on these previous voice lines.
I thought I'd have a solution by now, a way to stabilize the chemical radiant equilibrium, but... But we owe it to Reyna.
What if Lucia's current condition is the result of either Viper's or KJ's past work with Kingdom? Just imagine Reyna's anger if this turns out to be true and she finds out. Enough for her to spark a war with the help of some on the protocol and those in her city filled with radiance. Now we have to ponder if there were to be a civil war, who would side with who? I think it would be easy to name these groups as Team Brim versus Team Reyna. I can easily see KO siding with Brim since they have a close connection. So close that if you play as Brim with KO's gun buddy / memory card equipped, it will open up. For Team Reyna, Gekko would be the obvious choice here. Reyna even says that she reminds him of somebody,
Sorry, cariño. You remind me of someone.
who we can assume is a person that she is very fond of, like a little sibling. Next, we have to pair KJ on Team Brimstone. There's no way I can see her ever being welcomed by Reyna.
Killjoy is an offense to my radiance. I'll break her apart.
This also means that Raze will most likely join Team Brim as well, since she and KJ share a romantic relationship. For the rest of Team Reyna, it's going to be a bit tricky, mainly because Brimstone is seen in a positive light for most on the protocol. And honestly, we could make the case that Reyna wouldn't need anyone else from the team to join her, since she has a whole city filled with Radiants, willing to fight with her. There are some connections and ties she has on the protocol though, like with Neon. After the event of the Shattered cinematic, Reyna has started to mentor Neon as a way to unlock her full potential.
Harness your emotions, Neon. Just as we trained.
Nonetheless, I can definitely see Viper joining up with Brim, seeing how they go way back as the first agents to form this new organization. This means Sky would have added reasons to join Reyna, seeing how much she loves nature and dislikes Omega Earth's Viper.
I can't believe they're Vipers dumping all that shit in the air. I'll kill her.
Man, Sky really makes Greta seem like a chill hippie with that voice line. Plus, she also dislikes Kingdom greatly for how they treat the environment. I doubt she would be inclined to work with people who help Kingdom accelerate their experiments. I can see Breach joining Team Reyna too, since he and Sky work out together a lot and are friendly with each other. Plus, Breach isn't the biggest fan of Brimstone either. He often jokes about fighting against Brimstone. He still believes Brim is here to look out for Kingdom's special interests, and calls him a corporate sellout. And honestly, this dislike isn't one-sided either. Brimstone too thinks of Breach as a loudmouth. And even though Breach is human, that doesn't mean Reyna wouldn't let him join. Reyna has shown that she doesn't hate non-Radiant Knights. If anything, she has shown mutual appreciation to Breach for his violent and ruthless methods.
I like the way you work, Breach. Violento. Me gusta.
Breach has even said that Reyna's style of combat has made him fall in love.
Reyna, I think I'm in love!
In a joking way, I'm sure. This means there's no way Cypher will be fighting with the rest of Team Reyna. He has been known to steal components off of Breach's arm, and Breach isn't the biggest fan of all the spying Cypher has done. This leads us to assume that Fade will be joining Team Brimstone with Cypher. Of all the agents, one of Cypher's strongest relationships is with Fade. Just like him, Fade shows a prowess in information gathering, through which he has gained his respect and admiration. Cypher himself was the one who suggested Fade's recruitment into the team. I know Jet wouldn't mind being far away from Fade and Cypher though. Like many members in the protocol, Jet wasn't a big fan of Fade bringing up everyone's darkest secrets and using it as blackmail. And honestly, I can't blame her. However, everyone I'm about to mention for Team Reyna, including Jet, is a bit of a stretch. I tried to keep things even, but in reality, they can go either way. Plus, I can imagine Jet preferring not to be around Cypher anymore, after the countless days she's been stuck with him in the food truck, as she acts as a cover-up chef. This means Phoenix could easily join Team Reyna with Jet, since the two have been hinted to like each other since they flirt a lot. Reyna also enjoys fighting with him. However, I have to say Phoenix is a bit tricky. Nonetheless, I can see Yoru joining Team Reyna because of Phoenix and Sky, as well as the fact that he has great respect for Reyna. I can see Omen joining Team Brimstone since Viper is over there, as well as Fade, who has been trying to help him regain his past self. And I can say the same with Vice since she is familiar with Viper, has a history with her, and think alike too.
We saved the world once, Sabine. I don't doubt that we can do it again. Oh, Sabine. How did we both change careers and still end up working together?
I can see ISO joining Team Brimstone as well since he's a big fan of Omen, and one of the main reasons why he joined the protocol too.
Omen, everything they said about you is true. Omen, they say that once you took a contract, their death was inescapable.
The rest of the agents could go either way, to be honest. Sova has great respect for both Brimstone and Reyna, and the feeling is mutual for both as well. Astra seems to be on good terms with Brimstone as well as Phoenix, but I haven't seen enough to tell me who she would join. We did know that she fought against KO in the Radiant Wars, and she seems most interested in Harbor because of his Guardian artifact. Harbor is also coaching Gecko, so he may be on Team Reyna, but I'm not entirely sure about this one. Then there's Sage, who I thought would be an easy pick for Team Brimstone, but honestly I couldn't see her fighting anyone. However, in recent dialogue, we see that she's questioning her own morals when it comes to how she uses her powers.
My thoughts are so clouded now. I always considered my healing a gift that helped people, but is it always good to undo pain? Are the scars we wear lessons that we learned from? Do they make us stronger? Better? I don't know. I don't know.
Plus, KO also mentions that Sage has been used more as a weapon than as a medic during his timeline.
It is strange, Sage. Where I'm from, you're no medic, only a weapon.
Deadlock could be seen as an easy pick for Team Brimstone too, but she does seem to be on better terms with Wingman, and she is pretty close with both Sky and Breach. A good chunk of people in the protocol have that creepy uncle vibe from Chamber, and rightfully so. He has done a lot of messed up things like destroying the fracture facility that could have supplied Radianite for both Alpha and Omega Earths.
However, if it was just up to Chamber, he probably would want to join Team Brimstone, seeing how he really likes Viper. But at the same time, Brimstone and Viper don't trust him a lot either. I'm also not 100% sure where Clove will go either, seeing how they are pretty friendly towards everyone and doesn't really side with one person more than the other. I will say though that Clove really likes Gecko's creatures the most, out of anyone on the protocol.
Wings! Dizzy! Thrash! Mosh! Yous are the actual best! Oh, and you too, Gecko.
So I need your help. Where would you put these guys if Valorant were to undergo a civil war? How possible do you think it would be for this to even happen? And is KO traveling back in time enough to stop the agency's downfall? Let me know down below.
Stay safe, don't forget to like, subscribe, and be a KDA warrior. And I'll see you later.